up, guys and girls? Welcome back to the channel of M&K's Lawn Paradise. This is your boy Marquis here, back with another video, and I'm just talking over what I've got going on here. You should see mowing and weeding and edging and stuff like that. It's stuff that I do on a daily basis, and I want to give y'all 5 tips on my experience with this lawn service. I know y'all gonna leave it in the comments and have y'all experience, but I'm normally talking about, just starting off people and people that's wanting to just get started in the business, not people that's already established, because you should already know this, you should have been doing this. And if you haven't, it still will work for you. So just 5 tips that I take every time I go out there to cut a customer's yard, or I'm getting new customers and stuff like that. So I just want to go ahead and share my experience with y'all and give y'all 5 tips, and you take it and run with it. It definitely will work with new starting off business and upcoming, lawn guys and girls or whatnot, and also people that's already established. If you haven't put this in there, just 5 tips on my experience and what I think, in my opinion. So number 1 is always exceed your expectations and the customer expectations. If I'm saying that right, it's a big word for me to say, expectations. You know what I'm saying? Just always exceed. So if you go give a quote and she say, I want edging done, I want trimming done, and I want mowing done. Normally customers say that, and that's what they want done. That's the basis of lawn service, and that's what they say. Well, if you see, she have a rock driveway and you got a couple of weeds in there, and she don't mind spraying, you didn't quote her for a spray, but you have some spray, you just take care of them rocks, with all that weeds and stuff going on in there. You just spray it for your expectations and hers. So you be like, okay, well, she didn't ask for this, nor I quote that. I didn't even quote it or nothing like that, but she don't mind me spraying. So I'm gonna just go ahead and spray this rock driveway to make it look good and go above and beyond. I mean, that's something we always do as a lawn service, something you should always do, but it's just one of them tips to do, to always be mindful. Even every time you take on a new customer, it's exceed what they asking for, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. Forget about time and all that it's gonna take you. It's nothing wrong with seeding, because word of mouth goes a long way with doing stuff like that. Because when a neighbor sees that you did, an excellent job on it, especially how you wanted to look, especially how they wanted to look, and you went above and beyond, goes a long way. So always exceed your customers and you got to take pride in your job too. So exceed beyond that, and it goes a long way. That's number 1. Number 2 is, to everyone that you started the lawn service, you've been doing the lawn service for such amount of years, amount of days, amount of weeks, it don't matter. Just let everyone know that you have a lawn service. That goes a long way, because now it starts opening up that, we love social media. If you post on social media, it opens up to let people know, hey, Marquis just said he had a lawn service. If you're looking for a lawn guy, call him and he'll come out and give you a quote, and such. It goes further and beyond. It's by telling people that you have a lawn service, which on my case, I have to do it part-time. So everyone that I know that I work with full-time knows I have a lawn service. So it goes a long way. If you haven't checked out any other videos that, cutting one of my firefighter guys, because he knows I have a lawn service, so he gets me to do his in-laws and all that stuff like that. So let everyone know, tell as many people. It don't really matter whether they want you or not. You just let them know, hey, I have a lawn service. I do it full-time, do it part-time. I do that on a daily basis, and that's what I do. And I'm looking on go further and beyond on it, or I'm looking just to get a few yards, whatever. Just let everyone know that you have a lawn service company, a lawn business, and we like to call it business. All right, that's number 2. Number 3 is be reliable. Be reliable for these people that you let know that you have a service, a lawn business going. Always be reliable to let them know, hey, I'm available, such and such. Like me, I let y'all know I do it part-time, so I always have to work that my full-time. Then when I get off, these are the days I'm reliable and able to do your yard. Be reliable. Every time they need somebody, you say, hey, I'm willing to do it. I'm here, such and such. You have that schedule being made to say, hey, these are the days I'm off. It ain't nothing. If you work full time, you do it part time. Take them in your schedule and say, hey, these are the days I'm gonna be available. Now, subject to change because overtime comes and stuff like that. Always be reliable and be upfront with them too. Like me, I have to say, hey, I work this. This is what I do part time. Being upfront goes a long way of being reliable. That way they know, okay, these are the days he will be off. So number 3, be reliable. Number 4 would be put your customers on the schedule. It's nothing wrong. That's what I was talking about, being reliable. It's nothing wrong with putting your customer on the schedule. And normally, this is one that is, hey, don't we do that anyway? Yeah, should do that anyway, because putting them on the schedule lets them know, hey, I'm subject to be here such and such in 2 weeks, a week. Every 3 days, whatever they want, whatever the customer wants, you say, hey, I'm reliable to be here this day, okay? I'll be off this day. Text them a day, 2 days ahead to let them know that, hey, you are scheduled for this day. Never give them a set time to say, I'm gonna be there at 12 o'clock. If things change, with weather, with my mower, like my belt blew off the other day, stuff like that. So things are gonna affect the time frame of when you gonna be there. Just let them know, hey, I'll be there this day at between such and such, okay? That's number 4. Just put them on the schedule, and we should do that anyway. Put them on the 2 weeks, 3 weeks, month, or whatever. Number 5, don't overwhelm yourself by just taking on so many yards and say, hey, I'm just starting this company off, and I want every customer that calls me, I'm trying to underbid myself and get these yards, because I talked about that in another video you could go check out, as the mistakes. Do not overwhelm yourself by taking on so many yards by just getting started. We try to do that because we're a lawn service. We want the most yards, and we're just getting started. We're just thinking that is something we should do, and that's like a beginner's mistake, because look, you're also learning at the same time of bidding these yards and what it's gonna take, your time and all that, to do these yards and stuff like that, and overwhelming yourself by taking on so many yards, by underbidding yourself, but also your time. You might have, kids and stuff to tend to, but you just getting started, so you willing to take on every single customer that's calling you, so you're trying to underbid stuff, and you start learning as a year passed or a few months passed, you're like, I got so many yards, this yard ain't worth it, that yard ain't worth it, this customer ain't worth it, and such, and that's a hole you put yourself in. So I ask, and I say, do not overwhelm yourself doing it that way. You want to go in talking about, okay, I see. Open up, take your time to give a quote, see how the customer are, because some customers can be overwhelming too to deal with. So you don't want to take on so many that you got so many customers that's at your head about little tedious things. Just take your time with getting these yards and understanding, okay, this is what I'm willing to work with, this is not. It's all right to start small and then work your way up in the lawn service, because like I said, there's a lot of grass on this world. Take your time, you'll be able to get it done. Trust me, by taking your time. And that is my 5 tips. M&K's Lawn Paradise 5 tips. Y'all take it, leave it in the comments. This is really for the people that's just getting started. And it affects people like me. I've been doing it. Those tips work for me. So it always gonna work for experience, it's gonna work for just beginners. You leave your comments and your opinions of what you think the tips would be. But these tips helped me out tremendously, because I made the same mistakes just getting started, taking on so many yards. And it wasn't really reliable, because I had a few customers let me go by just not being reliable. You know what I'm saying? Because I worked in so many overtime days, and putting them on the back burner, that's a mistake that I made. So hopefully you don't make those mistakes. But make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it, and leave those comments to let me know how